Today on New England Living, learn to love your roots as we visit a unique plant shop in Norwood for a one-on-one lesson in plant care with a local entrepreneur and botanical expert. Plus, we visit an internationally renowned organ building company with local roots on the North Shore. And we'll learn the art of building the perfect charcuterie board for any occasion. It all starts right now on New England Living. New England is full of adventure. I can't believe you guys are letting me do this.
Up and away.
Look at that. Oh, you just did your first takeoff.
Join me as we discover the people and places that make us so unique.
This is it. You can't find it anywhere else in North America.
I mean, does it get any better than this? Love the place you call home with New England Living. Thanks for joining us today on New England Living. I'm your host, Rachel Holt. First up, we're heading to Norwood to visit one of New England's first Black-owned plant shops. Quontay Turner is the founder and owner of Emerald City Plant Shop. I already feel so calm being inside this store. Walk us through what we can find here.
So I specialize in indoor houseplants. Occasionally we'll have florals and perennials, but really paying homage to the tropical giants of the jungle. And I particularly love big plants. We have the shop set up so that the lower light plants are towards the back, and then towards the front is all the ones that want all the light, might be a little bit more temperamental in their care.
How are you matching specific plants to the people walking in here?
So I call it a matchmaking service because that's what it is. It's just a series of asking questions, asking about their actual physical environment, what their light is like. Is it really dry in the winter? But more importantly, like, what is your lifestyle? Do you travel a lot? That would indicate plants that definitely want to be left alone versus someone that wants to tend to them, that wants to prune them. From there, we kind of direct them to like the super low caring plants like the snake plant, or if they want to really love a plant and water it very often, maybe an alocasia, maybe a fern might be more appropriate for them. My whole goal in opening up the shop is to really teach people about their plants and how to care for them. We're open whether you just want to come and sit out amongst the plants or you're in the market of getting into plant parenthood. We really want to be able to kind of make that plant life accessible for everyone. This is where we keep beginning plant parent journey plants. So these are the ones that don't want a lot of water, they don't need a lot of light. A lot of people love air plants. Air plants are awesome because they don't need soil and you can put them anywhere, but they like lots of humidity.
Where did your love of plants start?
It started with my Nana. My Nana always had tons of plants in her house growing up. I was a college admissions traveler, so I didn't really have time or space to be able to take care of anything living. So when I stopped traveling, my Nana gave me a clipping of her pothos and her spider plant, and it kind of grew out of control from there.
I see some plants here that say not for sale. Is that because you've gotten a little too attached to them?
Yes, and that is something I'm working on, is not getting too attached to the plants. The ones that are not for sale typically will have a name, like Bruce Leroy, our night blooming series cactus in the window. There are store pets and they're here to give babies. This is a clipping from Vivian, our variegated pothos, and so we'll be rooting her and selling it. And so that's where a lot of our bigger plants, our store pets, come in.
There's a wall that says, leave one, take one.
Yes, so we have a community propagation wall because we want plant ownership to be accessible to everyone. So if you have a clipping of a plant at home, you can come drop it off at the wall for someone that might not be able to buy a plant. And so it's a good way to kind of get into plant parenthood without necessarily spending a lot of money and really making it accessible for everyone.
What is the number one mistake you see plant owners making?
Overwatering your plants. That's the number one mistake. When they're inside, they don't need as much water because they're not using as much of their energy. There's not enough sun. So when in doubt, underwater them because you can always add more water in the pot. But once the water is in, you can't take it out, and that's when root rot sets in. So it's better to wait till your plants fully dry out. So this is our pets friendly corner. Even if they're not in this section, they have this little pet safe sticker on there. I always look for tons of new growth. So this is a new growth coming in right here. This is a new growth coming in. As long as your new growth is coming in, you're doing okay.
And for those who really want to go green, customers can rent out this botanical oasis for upcoming events.
I love taking care of plants. I know not everyone wants to take care of plants, even if you love the greenery. So I wanted to be able to have a green space that people can feel at home without necessarily needing to take care of all of that. So if you wanted to be in a space surrounded by plants for your baby shower, for a party, for a showing, a screening, what have you, you can do that without having to take care of all these babies.
Not only are you renting out this space, but you rent out plants. How does that work?
If you have an event that you want some greenery at, but you don't necessarily want to then be in charge of a 6-foot tall plant that you have no idea how to care for, you can rent them out. So we rent plants to stage designers that are putting on events. You can just rent them, have them look beautiful, and then bring them back to us so we can continue to care for them.
You're opening up a shop. It's a big risk. To see it paying off in the form of people really enjoying this space, what has that been like for you?
It's been nothing short of amazing, and it's been so rewarding to pass along what I love and all the knowledge that I know about plants and just be able to really give that to people to start their own journeys. The best part of it all is when I've talked to someone who's been struggling with a plant, them being able to turn it around, just like that pure excitement. Like, you can't tell anybody anything who has brought a plant back from the brink of death. Like, you're like walking on cloud 9.
A big part of your business is supporting Black entrepreneurs in the area. How are you doing that?
It is so important to me to support the people that have helped me get to where I am, because without them, I wouldn't have the shop. It just made sense to extend my shelves to the same people that I've been working with for the last couple of years. We have candles, earrings, you name it here, and they're all from local makers and women of color. I had a friend come in with her daughter. She was about 5 years old, and I'll never forget, her big eyes were so big looking around. She was like, "This is your shop? I want to be like you when I grow up." It moved me to tears because I was like, I never had someone that I could see when I was young in a spot that I would like to be in. So it's been really awesome to be that representation that I feel like so many little girls need.
Coming up after the break, a local organ builder on the North Shore handcrafting musical works of art for some of the most famous venues in the world. When New England Living returns after this.